second graders, Miss Diorio here from Citizenship Academy with Module 7, Lesson 20 today. So yesterday we were talking about comparing two different lengths. Today we're going to continue practicing that with a couple of different word problems. We're going to do some addition, we're going to do some subtraction, we're going to use some tape diagrams to help us solve these problems. Alright, before we do that though, let's start off with some warm-ups. So, we're going to practice using the compensation strategy. If you remember, the compensation strategy is doing whatever you do to one, you have to make sure you do to the other so that it's equal. When we do that with addition, we have to make sure what we take from one, we add to the other, or vice versa. What we add to one, we take from the other to keep the total the same. So, let's try and do this in our heads. Don't grab any paper yet. We'll do as much in our heads as possible. So, let's look at this problem. Which number is closer to its next 10? 19, right? How many more do we need to add to that to get it to its next 10? Good, just one. We'll get it to 20. So, where are we going to get that 1 from? Can we just pull it out of thin air? No, right? Let's take it from the 42. If we take 1 from the 42, what does that become? Yeah, that becomes 41. Now, we can add that 1 to the 19, and we can make this an easier problem to solve. What's 41 plus 20? Good, 61. Nice job. All right, let's try another one. We're going to take one of these numbers and get it to its next 10. Which one is closer to its next 10? 19, good. How many does it need to get to its next 10? Just one, right? 19, 20 gives us 1. Where are we going to get that 1 from? The 37, good. If we get that 1 from the 37, what does 37 become? We're going to take 1 away. Good, 36. So what's our new problem going to say? Going to be 36 plus 20. Beautiful. What's 36 plus 20? Whoop. 56. And what's 37 plus 19? Still going to be 56. What we do to one, we do the other, and it's just an easier way to solve it. Still going to give us the same answer. Let's try one more. Or 2 more. We'll see. 29 plus 23. This one's a little bit different. Which number is closer to its next 10? 29 or 23? 29. Good. How many more do we need to get from 29 to its next 10? Just 1. Good. We're getting to 30. So 29 plus 1 gives us 30. Now where are we going to get that 1 from? The 23. Good. What's our new problem going to be? Good. 30 plus 22. And our answer is 52. Wouldn't come up for me. Awesome. Let's do one more. You're getting the hang of it. 38 plus 19. Now, both of these are really close to their next 10, but one is closer. Which number is closer to its next 10? 19. Good. How many more does 19 need to get to its next 10? 1. Awesome. We're going to bring it to 20. Where are we going to get that 1 from? 38. What's our new number sentence going to be? 37 plus 20. Good. And our answer is 57. Great work. All right. We're going to get into our word problems. You might want to, well, you will want to grab something to write with because we're going to be doing a lot of addition and subtraction today. So you're going to want to have something to write with to solve these problems. So pause and go grab that if you don't have it already, and we'll get started. First problem says, Mr. Ramos has knitted 19 inches of scarf, and he wants it to be 1 yard long. How many more inches of scarf does he need to knit? So, let's do this one together. He has 19 inches of scarf. We don't know how much more he needs to knit, but he needs a total of 36 inches. So, how can we figure out how much more he needs to knit? A great way to do this is to create a tape diagram like you see here. We have the 19 is what he has. He wants to get to the 36. We need to figure out that middle amount. It helps us kind of see visually the problem. We're finding the difference between the 19 and the 36. We need to find that part that we're missing. So we're going to subtract 36 minus 19. I want you to pause and subtract and solve in a way that works best for you. Got it? How many more inches of scarf does he need? I used compensation strategy. He needs 17 more inches of scarf. Awesome job. Okay, next problem. Ready? Frankie has a 64-inch piece of rope and another piece that is 18 inches shorter than the first. What is the total length of both the ropes? I'm going to read this again because this is going to be a two-step problem. Ready? Frankie has a 64-inch piece of rope and another piece that is 18 inches shorter than the first. What is the total length of the ropes? What do we know? We know that Frankie has a 64-inch piece of rope. Perfect. We know he has a second piece of rope, but do we know how long that piece is? Not yet. We have to figure that out. How can we figure that out? Let's do a tape diagram. So we have the 64 inches. We know that the other rope has to be 18 inches shorter, but we don't know how long that rope is yet. How can we figure out how big that rope is, how long that rope is? Good, we want to find the difference. So let's do 64 minus 18. Pause and solve for that, and to figure out how big the second piece of rope is. So pause and solve, come back when you're ready. We got 46 inches of rope. So we have one rope that is 64 inches, one rope that is 46 inches. Awesome, that's part one of our problem. Part two of our problem, we want to know what is the total length of both of our ropes. If we put both our ropes together, what's our total length going to be? So we know that the first rope is 64, the second rope is 46. We got to add them together to figure out the total length. Pause, add them together, tell me the total length. Nice job. It's going to be 110 inches long. Don't forget your units. Not 110 yards, not 110 feet, 110 inches. Nice job. All right. I like this one a lot. I have a triangle here. The total length of all three sides of the triangle, so side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3, is 96 feet. Okay? All three sides together, if we put a string around it, all three sides together would equal 96 feet. The triangle has two sides that are the same length. One of the equal sides measures 40 feet. What is the length of the side that's not equal? All right, let's break this down. We know that if we took a string and we measured all the way around the triangle, it would be 96 feet. Two of the sides of the triangle are the same length. If one of those equal lengths is 40, and we know they're equal, then the other side has to be what? It's got to be 40, right? So to figure out the two sides we know, we're going to add 40 plus 40. And that's going to give us 80. Now, what don't we know? What are we trying to figure out? Here, I'll draw it on my board. We know the two sides are 40. We don't know this bottom length. This one's different. But we know all the way around is 96 inches. How are we going to figure out what that other length is? Good. We got to find the difference. So we're going to take 96 and we're going to subtract the 80 that we know to find that length of that last side. So pause and solve and come back when you're ready. Good job. It's going to be 16 inches. So the side that is not equal is 16 feet long. Now, if we wanted to check our answer, how could we do that? Yeah, we could add them up. So we know the total length of all three sides together is 96. What we can do is add the three sides. 40 plus 16. I add my ones, I add my tens, and I end up with 96 feet. So I know my answer is correct. All right. So in your problem set today, what you're going to be doing is solving a bunch of different word problems. I want you to read the word problem, draw a picture to match, draw a tape diagram, solve the subtraction or solve the addition. Be careful, some of them are going to have more than one part. So read carefully, circle the numbers that you know, circle the information that you have, break it down, and take your time. You don't want to miss a step. Have fun.